Namaste from Norway, friends. I'm Arvind and welcome back to my channel. And today's video will be in English, and I will be telling you a lot about how you can apply for a student visa, what are the various secrets of getting a part-time job, and at the end I will also tell you whether you can bring in your family members if you are a student. So please watch this video till the end. Okay, so the first thing which you have to remember when you are applying for a student visa is that you should have a letter of admission from either of the universities in Norway. And as I've discussed in my previous videos, which was predominantly in Hindi, that how you can apply and study in Norway for free. But just for my friends who are from South India, I'm going to repeat the process in English for you. Okay, so the first thing which you should know is that the 10 state universities where you can study for free are, which you are seeing right now on the screen. And you have to remember that the application process for these universities, it will generally open from 1st of October to 15th of October, and it will be open till 1st of December to 15th of December. So you have around 2 months in which you can apply for the various universities where you're interested to study. Then the second thing which most of the people ask me, it's about the eligibility criteria. So the eligibility criteria, what all of these universities say is that you should have a minimum C grade, and when we translate that into the percentage, that is around 60% in the Indian university grading system. But then if you don't have this percentage system but you have the CGPA or GPA, then you can go on to Google and you can just type whatever your query is, that how you can transform from the CGPA or GPA to the European credit transfer system, and then you will get your answers to that. So that was the eligibility criteria. Okay, so let's walk towards this way. And now comes a very strange requirement, which is that you should have done your IELTS and your TOEFL, which is an English level requirement. And this is irrespective whether you have studied from CBSE board, ICSE board, or any other board. And even if your language of instruction was English, you have to give these English level requirement tests, and the scores which you should get for IELTS, it is around 6 to 6.5, and I think that's pretty easy and a decent score. And for TOEFL, again, it is based upon what type of format you are giving, whether it's a computer based or internet based. The requirements are around 80 and 220, but I have given the links in the description and you can check them. And if you still have any doubts, you just let me know. Okay, so the next comes how you can apply. So rather than I talk about it, I have given a link in the description. You should just click that link, and in there you'll find a video where a lady is actually telling you all of the steps in which how you can apply for either of the universities where you wish to apply. And then the question comes that once you have applied, then when will the results be communicated to you? So it is generally in the end of April and the starting of May. And the way they are communicated, it is with the help of an email, and in an email you get your letter of admission. And once you have got that letter of admission, you have about 10 to 14 days in which you have to revert back saying that whether you want to accept the admission offer or you want to reject that. Okay, so now is the newness of this video, because right now I was just repeating what I've said in my video that was in Hindi. So now you have got your letter of admission, and now you have been told by the university that you must apply for a student visa. So how can you do that? I'm going to tell you it now. So rather than showing you my ugly face, I will show you this screen where I will actually tell you which is the most important website when you are applying for the student visa. So you can follow me here. So you just go to Google and then you type udi.no, and when you enter, you will be brought to this page. And now you see this is Norwegian. If you are familiar with Norwegian, then be my guest and read through, but I will skip to English. And now here you can see all the information you need. So firstly, since we are applying for the first time, so I say I want to apply, and now it is asking me that the applicant is a citizen of, so I say as an example India, and then I say choose, and then I scroll downwards and you see the information about family immigration, work immigration, visit and holiday, and everything is given. But right now we are interested in study permit, so I'm going to click this link, And now you see you have two options. So since you want to apply for university, college, and or university, you want to click this one, and here you see. So first of all, if you read through this sentence, you'll find that it states that if you are granted a study permit, you can work for about 20 hours a week while you are studying and full time during holidays. So all of the people who have been asking me if I can work part-time when I'm in Norway as a student, so the answer is yes, and you can see what are the requirements. But most important thing is that you have to be very particular about the number of hours you work, and they should be within the limitations which have been given by the UDI. Well, okay, so let's scroll down, and here you see where you will be studying. So I say university, college, or university. And now you see these are the requirements for the student. So when you're applying for the student visa, these are the all requirements. So the first thing is you must pay an application fee. So if you click on this link, I won't do it right now, but I already have another tab. So if you see that, okay, so all of the visa fees are given here, but for work, studies, and au pair, you can see here. So study permit for applicants over the age of 18, also renewals. So this is, you see, knock 5,300. So you can multiply it by 8, or you can go to Google and see how much is that in Indian currency. So okay, so this is about the fees, and I will come back to this page a bit later, but let's go back to our main page. Then second is you must have been admitted to a university, college, or university. So by this they mean is that you must have letter of admission from the universities, as I mentioned previously in my videos, that once you have been granted access in the university, they will give you this letter of admission, which is a very important document when you're applying for the student visa. Okay, then the third thing they say is you must study full time, which means that it shouldn't happen that you are just taking few courses. It means that you should take this course as a full time, right? Then the fourth point is you must have enough money to live in at least Norwegian NOK 121,220 per year. So now what this is, so this is a financial guarantee which you have to document when you are applying for visa, and prior to this you also have to document this money when you are actually applying for the universities. So I have talked about this in my another video which is in Hindi, so if you guys wanna get more details about it, you should click the link which you will see in the description box. And then it says that you have to pay a tuition fee. So tuition fee is not much, it varies, I'll say from 800 NOK to 1000 NOK, that is INR 8,000 to 10,000 for a semester. And then the next you have to document is you must have somewhere to live. So this is something, this document is actually provided you by the university where you have been granted admission, so you don't have to worry about this one. And then the last one is the circumstances in your home country must indicate that it is likely that you can return home when you have completed your study. I mean, for Indians it's not a problem, so don't worry about this point too much. Okay, so if you are curious about this point, so what you're going to do is you just click on this link which you can see on the top right corner, and this is again a video which is made by me in Hindi, but the subtitles are in English, and you will get all the information about this. And about these three requirements I'm going to talk about them a bit later, but now let's see how to apply. So I'm going to click on this link, and it asks me, are you already in Norway and do you wish to hand in the application here? And I say no. Wish to apply from abroad, choose which country are you applying from, India, and then you get all the information here how to apply. So let's say what is the checklist for students at university, college. So I click on this, and now you see, so most important point is that you have to print the entire list, and you should go through this page by yourself when you are applying for the visa. But here you see documentation you must hand in when you're applying for the first time. So it's the passport copy, signed cover letter from the application portal. I will tell you about it a bit later, but if you click on this view explanation, it actually gives you the all explanation. So rest of the documents also you can see over here, right? But at the end, if you see UDI's checklist filled out and signed, which means this page. So you have to write your name and your date of birth, and at the end you have to put a signature and the date in place, and you have to print it. But my recommendation is that you must go through this page very carefully and read through it. So this is the first requirement, that is the checklist. And then the second is fill in your application. You go and click on this link. So right now I'm not going to do it because this is something, if I do that, it will take to my personal page. But when you are applying for the first time, it will ask you to register, so you have to fill in that. But again, it is also a very simple process which you guys can just do by yourself. But then the third point what you see is that hand in your application and documents in person, right? And then it says that if you are in New Delhi or if you are in India, then you don't have to send it to the embassy, but there are certain centers. For instance, in India it's VFS Visa Application Center. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this link, and now it takes me to a new tab. So you can read all about the resident permit in here, but let's say handing in the documents. So again, you can read through it, but I'll say that I'm going to click on this link. So I click on this link, and now it takes me to this vfsglobal.com page. So again, you can read through, but two things which are very important here. First is you want to find which is the nearest center to where you are residing. So for me, it might be New Delhi, Chandigarh, either of these. So I'm going to click that, and you just put on that location, and it actually gives me the address of the center and the timings and all of the information which is required. So one is this thing. But if I go back, the second thing which I want to show is this, that you must schedule an appointment before you are actually going to the center. So these were the two important points about VFS Global. So now I'm going to address two main issues which you guys might be wanting to hear. So the first is about the part-time job, and the second is about your family members, whether they can visit you when you are a student. So let's talk first of all about part-time job. So what does UDI website say? It says that if you have been granted a study permit, then you can work for 20 hours per week during weekdays and full-time during holidays. So this I've already stated earlier in the video. But now the secret of getting a part-time job is that since we are from India, so our first preference should be the Asian restaurants. It can be Indian or Pakistani, any of them, because in these restaurants they are not looking for your Norwegian skills. They actually want someone who is ready to be as a waiter, or if you are a cook, you can even work as a part-time cook over there. So my tip is that when you come to Norway and you are ready to work in these restaurants, you just make a CV, maybe a one-page CV, and just go to all of the Indian or Pakistani restaurants in your city and just distribute it. And then they will preferably call you based on their requirements. Okay, so the next point which I want to speak about today is about your spouse and child's visa. So if you are married and if you have a child, then you can apply for their visa at the same time when you're applying for yourself. And by doing in this way, what will happen is that you will receive the answer to your applications at the same time. And if you have been granted visa along with your family members and you are curious about how the kindergartens are in Norway for your child, then please do watch this video, the link is here, where I talk about the kindergartens in Norway. And also subscribe to my channel, because I will be telling you all the practical information which as a newbie will be very important for you when you are in Norway, whether it is about shopping, whether it is about sorting waste and all that stuff. So you will definitely find it useful. So if you like this video, okay, if you didn't like this video, but if you like this horse, then please like the video, share the video, subscribe the video, okay? And if you have any more suggestions which you would like to hear from me and you are curious about, please let me know in the comments and I will be surely trying to help you out. Whether I will be replying to your comments or if it's an interesting topic, I'll make a video on that. So with that, that's it for today. Thank you for watching and Namaste from Norway, from me and from the horse.